Sup, West? I'm Riley.
And I'm Anthony. We are here with some West Press news stories for your entertainment.
This episode is brought to you by Tomato Taco.
Have you ever wanted your taco with just a little bit more tomato? Well, I got just the thing for you, the tomato taco. Now, the tomato taco is made up of two things, tomato and taco. Now, some people might not like the tomato taco, but many people do. So run down to the store and get yourself a tomato taco, available at select retailers.
Now that we are into our second semester, it's important to review what our mornings here at West Middle School should look and sound like.
Here are some reminders on how to be safe, respectful, responsible when you arrive at school in the morning.
By being safe, responsible, and respectful in the hallways, we can help all students and staff at West Middle School begin our day on a positive note. Car line doors open and bus line drop-offs start at 7:15 a.m. Students should walk through the hallways on the right side and stay clear of doorways and blocking traffic. Enter the building appropriately and have a plan of where to go. Stay in your grade level wing, get breakfast in the cafeteria, head to your locker, or head to your first hour. A voice level 2 is appropriate for halls with so many students. Level 3 and 4 voice levels can be very overwhelming and feel like a chaotic way to start our day together. Together, we can make a positive difference in the start to our day here at West Middle School.
I've noticed that there is a lot of abbreviations we use here at school. WMS, LMC, LC, and RTC.
Yeah, it can get a bit confusing, but West Press staff created this video segment to help students understand the difference between the Learning Center and RTC.
Have you ever been absent and missed a test or fell behind on assignments? The Learning Center can help. Have you ever had your emotions get the best of you and you made a misstep in class that disrupted the learning environment? RTC can help you reflect and get you back on track. This Titan Talk will help you understand the difference between the Learning Center and RTC and what to expect when you are there.
So the Learning Center, if we start with that, it's still the Learning Center. It's a place to get academic support if a student is out absent, extra time to complete work. Some students just work better in a smaller, quieter environment, so the Learning Center is an option for those individuals. For students who struggle with behaviors in class, RTC has been created as a support for them. So when a student demonstrates behaviors that basically get in the way of the class being able to do what they need to do, the student be able to learn the way that they need to learn, or the teacher to be able to do their job, then teachers will have a conversation with the student in the classroom, as they always have. If the conversation doesn't result in a change in that student's behavior, then they're asked to take a moment to basically take a time out and reflect on what's going on. So RTC is the space to do just that. It's a space for students to reflect on what perhaps the conflict or the situation was that led them to RTC, and then problem solve around how to move forward in a more positive way. We do have a dedicated staff member in RTC who greets each student, hands them a reflection sheet, and guides them through basically like a plan for how to make it right with that teacher when they return. One of the key parts of RTC is not just to go through those motions, but to repair the relationship with the teacher. So the next day we do ask students who go to RTC to have a conversation with the teacher, ask for help, offer an apology, basically make it right so that both individuals feel comfortable and confident moving forward in a positive way. We also have parents communicated with through RTC. We're working on getting that system squared away, but essentially there's an email that's sent home to parents, and we're also going to begin making sure that teachers and administrators are looped in as well. We keep getting feedback from our staff on ways to improve RTC, and that's one adjustment that we're in the process of making.
And again, it's about being quiet and kind of respecting other students, because when you come to the Learning Center, you come ready to work so that you have materials that you need, and that you kind of do what you're supposed to do and take care of yourself while respecting other students' abilities to learn.
Well, they arrive at RTC, they need to bring a referral slip from their teacher telling why they got sent out of the classroom. And mostly it's just for disruption. They come in here, find a seat, fill out a restorative conversation form, and then I talk to them about it and how do they get back in the classroom successfully. Safe, responsible, respectful. That means they sit in their seat and they're quiet and they don't get up and run around, they don't shout out, that they work on something that they would have been doing in that class that they left.
Have you ever wished you were a teacher and wanted to see what it was like to teach a lesson? A bunch of middle schoolers?
That would be interesting. Did you know that Mr. Hayes already let his students do that? Let's see what it's like.
I think more than anything else, when you have to teach something, you learn it more than if you just were a student. So I figured it would be a way to have the students kind of learn about the different cycles, and it would allow them to come up with some ideas of how to teach that. So that's why. Some of the pros are, number one, I think if students really plan the lesson well, they really get at the concept that they're trying to learn. I think sometimes when students don't plan as well, the lessons can be a little bit dry and kids aren't paying attention as much as I would like. But overall, I would say for the most part, the lessons have gone well because the students do a good job in planning. They've been pretty good, actually. It's one of the reasons I like to do it is because I've had a lot of success, like the one lab that Sam and Ava Klump put together, where we're going to be looking at the root nodules of clover plants to see them actually doing nitrogen fixation. I thought was a great plan and a great project, so that was really cool. So I've gotten lots of great ideas from students' work.
It was cool to be able to design your own lesson and stuff and present it to the class. So yeah, I think it's good for kids to be able to present and show their ideas to the class.
Hey Riley, what's your favorite elective?
DMC! What about yours?
DMC, me too! There are so many fun electives here. Let's hear some favorites from some other students.
Electives can help you with a lot of things. They can help you find your likes and dislikes. They can also help you find friends who have the same interests as you. And they can also help you find your hobbies.
The electives for future career choices, it can do a couple of things. It could have students experience things that they would not normally experience to see if that's something that they like. For example, STEM or art or one of the sports activities or even a yearbook or DMC. They may not have the opportunity to experience that, so it's a chance for them to try something on, see if that's something that they like, and then if that's something that would be something they would consider for the future, for a future job or career. It also helps them if a student kind of already knows, hey, I'm really artistic, I want to do something with the arts. It helps them just get a little bit more experience in the electives in that subject area to maybe see what job opportunities are out there and to build on those skills.
I like choir because choir is a safe place for the people that really like singing but maybe think that they're not the best. And it's a really big group, so it's always really fun to sing with all of your friends.
Video and animation art.
I'd have to say sports and fitness because there's a lot of activities and it can be challenging and not. And I like some of them, sometimes I don't, but it's an overall really good elective for me.
Weights and conditioning because it's a really fun environment and I love the people there.
And that's why West Middle School is a great place to take electives. It can really help you with your career choices for the future.
Miss Donahue recently teamed up to teach a lesson on culture together.
Check this video out about it!
Classroom Spotlight on ESL and culture.
So I teach 7th grade social studies and partnered with Mrs. Donahue, who teaches our ESL course, English as a Second Language. And we created an assignment where her ESL students taught my social studies students about 5 different languages from around the world.
What's your favorite part about this project?
I really like that there are students teaching other students. I like that. And I also really like that my history students are learning about other ways of communicating besides just English. So, you know, our alphabet with our 26 letters is just one way of a couple different ways to communicate.
A little bit about this assignment.
So Mr. MacTavish had approached me about an idea he had related to the subject matter he was teaching in his class. He was telling me how his 7th grade social studies students were learning about ancient civilizations and about how language really develops a society and moves it forward. And he brainstormed and thought, wouldn't it be cool if my English as a second language students could share information with his about their first languages. And I thought that was a great idea, and so we started to collaborate to put this idea together.
What would you say is your favorite part about this project?
Many great things happened during this experience, but probably one of my favorite was the collaboration that took place between the students. I loved how it was student-led, student-driven. The students from my class put together their presentations and the activities that they shared with Mr. MacTavish's students. And there was a lot of great teaching and learning, but it all came from the students. I also loved that they were able to share their wonderful skill sets from being students that are able to speak multiple languages, and it was really great that they could share that with their fellow classmates.
Why did you choose to collaborate with each other?
Well, as I mentioned before, Mr. MacTavish kind of had this idea, and then we brainstormed together and came up with a way that would be really impactful for both his students and mine to be able to accomplish the goals of both of our classes. And we thought it'd be a really great, engaging, and interactive way for students to work with each other and learn from each other.
Why did you collaborate with each other?
Well, the truth is that I have dyslexia, and learning English was really, really hard for me. And Mrs. Donahue is a great teacher, and her students have just a ton of information. And so I probably couldn't do this on my own. I needed help from Mrs. Donahue, who needed help from all of her students from all over the world to help us learn about different languages.
This is West Press signing off.